morning. Today is January the 15th, 2023. I think you're hearing it. I'm sorry for having to start this video again with you see, I'm still in recovery mode from a couple of days ago. Kind of surprised by that, in that I was hoping I'd be a little bit better today. I took a very needed downtime yesterday. I'm pointing to my bedroom. I took some downtime yesterday I just thought I'd be a little in better state than I am today. It is what it is. I think I told you guys I've got a bit of a next 2 days after today. Monday, Tuesday is going to be a little bit rougher, and I was hoping to be more rested up for it today. So I'm just really hoping that today, another down day. I did everything I did everything that was stressful in the last couple of days. And I'm really hoping that now I can, and I'm set for recovery today, because I've got to do what I got to do in 2 days, over the next 2 days. I just hope that I know it's going to be a bit of a strain, but I think I will get through it. Just how well I'll get through it, that's another story. I'll let you guys know. Today I'm going to be, and I've been doing it yesterday as well, I'm catching up on my Law and Order franchise, bit of a marathon viewing, just catching up as it were. And I thought, why not tell you what Law and Order, it's been a part of my life for, I guess, 34 years, if you think about it. But in truth, it's actually been probably part of my life for 30 years, in that I was not, I worked nights, so I wasn't aware of the show in its first maybe 3 or 4 years. And then I picked up on it, and I was hooked. And actually, I picked up on it because I read an article on it back in the early 90s. And they were talking at the time about how that this show had just switched to, if you know the series, we're talking the original, Law and Order, the original series, that is my favorite of them. I like them all. I really liked SUV. And then the spin-offs after those two, they were okay. I mean, I still watch, even now, I still watch Organized Crime, for instance. But my two are Law and Order and SVU, in that order, even though the Law and Order flagship had been off for like 10, maybe 11 years, but now it's back. I like the show, the original, and of course, I told you I like SUV as well. But what I liked about the original, and they're keeping it still after 34 years, the formula for me works. That formula being the first half being the crime drama, the murder mystery, and followed up by the law, the court wrap up of the storyline. I don't know, for me, it always worked. I don't know, for some reason, I like them both. I think originally they were going to plan on the show was going to be divided into 2 half-hour episodes. I think that's how the formula was invented for the show. So that apparently in the 90s, there was this thing about hour-long shows didn't get the views, I guess. So that's the original premise of the series. They never did that, and I'm glad they haven't done it. I mean, it'd be kind of odd for me. Yeah, because a murder mystery does usually wrap up in the first, 20 minutes. But it's more satisfying getting the court drama and the characters themselves. One thing I actually really liked about the show, and of course, they're not necessarily doing it as well. They're not doing it as much as they did in the original show, for the original seasons. Was it really was a workplace drama. They didn't really do a lot of background, home life, that kind of stuff. In SUV they did, but in the original show, it was how people react at work, and if personal lives influenced work, then you got a taste of it. Briscoe and his kid, that one episode, or a bit of a running episode, um, was fascinating because you in just quick 30 seconds, maybe a minute of screen time where it's him and his daughter, and the show was clever enough to give you all you needed to feel for the characters. I don't know. To me, it was very well written. Not necessarily that storyline in particular, but all of it. To tell the truth, I really still enjoy the show. Again, but for me, the top two are SUV, of course, Law and Order, and then SUV. And I actually like what they did with SUV. The one thing I really like about the series is it refreshes itself every 3 years or so. Sometimes longer, character-wise, more or less. Especially SUV, they have a continual change in roster. Some people stay on for like a half year, some people on for 3 years, some a year and a half. It's very interesting the way they do it, and it just keeps it fresh. I like it. It's evolved, especially SUV. It's been 24 years now, that seasons that it's been on the air, and still works for me. Um, Obviously, it works for more people than just me, in that the original was taken off the air in what was it, 2010. And then now it's back, but obviously the ratings weren't well enough or good enough. If that's the right word. Weren't. It was canceled, and for me, the way they canceled it was kind of wow. For a flagship series, you just took it off the air like that. There was a bit of a rap. If you watch the 20th season, the last show of the series season, it was very low key to me. It was like, yeah, is it over? Like there was no definitive. This show is going off the air. I actually had to find out through entertainment sites kind of thing. There was no thank you for Law and Order. It just left, and of course SUV carried on. Um, and they carried on very well. Obviously, better than the original at the time. My 2 cents was, yeah, I can see why the last couple of seasons of the original run of Law and Order, it wasn't as good as the first, let's say, the first 15 seasons. Um, but it was fine. As far as I was are you not entertained? Yes, I was. So there's that. Anyways, it's been a staple of my life, obviously, for as long as it's been around. I'm still enjoying it, and like I said, I will be using it as for my recovery. I have a what do you call it? Binging of doing the organized crime. I of course, it's funny with me. I do need to as soon as I can. I will watch. It's always in that order. I will watch the Law and Order, and then I'll watch SUV, and I can wait on the organized crime for when I have. Let them pile up. I'll binge it as it were. But it's actually more of that kind of a show. It's a little bit more not episodic as much as it is continual. It is what it is. It's fine. I'm liking it, and it will help me get through the day for what I got, for the recovery that I need to do. Anyways, bit of a lower key one today. I apologize for that, but I just thought I'd give you my Law and Order take. That's what's going on behind the patch this morning. I will talk to you guys later. Hope everyone has a good day.